Never trust your motivation because your brain is literally wired to betray you after exactly 72 hours. Here is the hidden brain chemistry explaining why you always quit your new habits by Wednesday and exactly how to fix it. You know the exact feeling I'm talking about. It's Sunday night and you get this massive burst of energy out of nowhere. You swear you're going to hit the gym every day, eat super clean, and finally start that business. Monday goes great, you're a machine. Tuesday goes pretty okay, you push through, but by Wednesday or Thursday, you're back on the couch eating junk food and scrolling through your phone for hours. It feels like a massive personal failure, right? You probably tell yourself you just don't have enough willpower or discipline. But what if I told you that your lack of consistency has absolutely nothing to do with your character and everything to do with a biological scam happening inside your head? The 72-hour chemical scam. To understand why motivation vanishes, we have to talk about the most misunderstood chemical in your body, dopamine. Most people think dopamine is the reward chemical. You think you get it when you achieve something big. But neurobiologists have proven that dopamine is actually the anticipation chemical. It is the hormone of craving, wanting, and seeking. When you sit on your bed on Sunday night and imagine your future fit body, your brain releases a massive wave of dopamine. Your brain literally gives you the chemical reward before you have even done a single drop of the hard work. This feels amazing. You feel invincible. But this massive spike in brain chemicals comes with a heavy price tag, and it's a price that destroys your goals. Why Wednesday is where dreams die. Here is the big problem. Dopamine is heavily tied to novelty. Your brain loves shiny new things. When you start a new diet or a new workout routine, the sheer newness of it floods your system with feel-good chemicals. But science shows that novelty wears off incredibly fast. By the third day, the newness is completely gone. Your brain realizes that this isn't just a fun new idea anymore, it is actual, painful work. This is when your brain's energy conservation system kicks in. Human brains are ancient machines designed to survive in the wild, which means their main priority is to save as many calories and as much energy as possible. The dopamine baseline crash. Neuroscience shows that when you experience a huge spike in dopamine from setting a new goal, your levels don't just return to normal afterward, they drop completely below your baseline. Day 1, high dopamine, low perceived effort. The goal feels exciting and easy. Day 3, your dopamine has crashed below normal levels. The reality check. Suddenly, your brain looks at the intense effort required to go for a run, compares it to the completely empty dopamine tank in your system, and says, nope, not worth the energy. Stay on the couch. Your motivation didn't die because you're lazy, it died because the cheap, free dopamine you got on Sunday completely ran out by Wednesday. Your brain simply refuses to spend energy without that chemical high. So, if your brain is biologically rigged to pull the plug after 3 days, how do you ever get anything done? How do people stay consistent for years? They don't rely on Sunday night motivation. They build systems that hack the brain's reward pathway so they never have to rely on cheap excitement. Attach dopamine to the process. If you only get excited about the end goal, like losing 20 pounds or making $10,000, you will fail. That goal is too far away to give you daily dopamine. You have to train your brain to get a chemical reward from the action itself. Celebrate the micro wins. You don't need to run 5 miles to win. Just putting on your running shoes and walking out the front door is a win. Pay your brain. It sounds silly, but consciously telling yourself, I crushed that, right after doing a hard task triggers a small dopamine release. You're literally paying your brain for its hard work so it wants to do it again tomorrow. The ultimate friction fix. Since your brain hates spending extra energy, you have to trick it by making the new habit seem ridiculously easy. If your goal is to read a book every single week, do not sit down to read 50 pages. Your brain will instantly reject that massive effort. Tell yourself you're only going to read one single page. Reading one page takes almost zero energy. Your brain won't fight you on it because the effort is so low. Once you start, the friction is gone, and you'll probably end up reading 20 pages anyway. Motivation is a spark, but it's not the fuel. It will always burn out in 3 days, so stop expecting it to carry you across the finish line and start building simple habits that don't require you to be excited.